cut down on the random, cut down on it. Let me see what's going on with you guys. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see. I don't even need to put it in my ear. Let's see what's going on here. Yep. Yep. Take a deep breath in, out. Yep. Sounds good to me. Sounds good. Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Muhammad Mukaram. Welcome back to MBM Medicine, and thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a super quick video for you all right? First topic is getting an MPH. Is it necessary? Is it going to help you get into med school? All these little questions. So let's get right into it. MPH. MPH, first of all, is a master's in public health. It is an amazing degree. Many top universities offer it, and it's really for someone who wants to help the public health-wise, literally. So if you want to work at the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, I think is what it stands for. That's bad. I'm from Atlanta, and the CDC is based in Atlanta. But, if you want to work in a county health office, like you want to make sure people have the vaccinations they need. And when there's like an outbreak or something, like when COVID happened, people with MPHs were the ones who were at the forefront, making sure people were okay. So that's kind of what it is. You guys can chat GPT the rest. So should you get an MPH if you're pre-med and want to go to med school? Well, it depends. Number one, if you're really passionate about public health and global health and epidemiology and you want to do stuff like that in the future, yeah, get an MPH. Like, I strongly recommend it. It's an amazing opportunity. Even my older sister, I recommended her to get an MPH when we were like strategizing our med school, pre-med stuff, and she just graduated from her MPH. So yeah, if you're interested in that, get it. Now, if you aren't particularly interested in it and you're getting the MPH because you think it'll make you more competitive for medical school and make you a better applicant, then do not get the MPH, because an MPH will not help you get accepted to medical school. I know you don't want to hear this. I know you want to tell yourself that this MPH is going to boost your application. It is not going to boost your application. Most master's degrees, aside from masters in biomedical science, masters in physiology, and these other masters that are made for pre-meds to boost their pre-med resume, aside from those, most master's programs are like inflated. Everyone, like the average GPA in a master's program is like a 3.7. Like everyone gets an A because like it isn't really about the grade. It's just about learning the material and getting a master's in it, and then using that master's to do whatever great thing, like a master's in business, right? MBA. So if you're pre-med, getting an MPH actually won't make you a better applicant. It won't make you more competitive. It isn't medical. It's public health, which is great, but it isn't medical. It isn't sciencey. You're not taking like hard sciences like chemistry and calculus and statistics and all these things. So I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but MPH will not help you. I even have some classmates that got MPHs, and all due respect to MPHs, but they disrespect the MPH. They're like, it's a fake degree. They're like, this is fake. It doesn't do anything. I don't know. I have a lot of mentors who have MPHs, and they love it, and they always tell me to get MPH. And I would get it if I'm interested in that, but I'm not going to get it to boost my med school application. That does not help at all. The MPH, the Master's in Public Health GPA, doesn't even factor into your pre-med GPA. So that doesn't boost you. It is nice to have, though, and it's a great accomplishment. And of course, let's say there was a clone of you and one of you applied without an MPH and one applied with an MPH, then yeah, I'm sure the one with the MPH has that like 1% edge, but that's probably all it is. It's just cool. It doesn't impress anyone in the admissions committee. Sorry. All right, next thing that I want to talk about is taking gap years. I know that when I was a pre-med, I did not want to take any extra gap years on top of the one gap year that I was probably going to take anyway. And it wasn't until I had a friend who was actually a med student at Harvard Med School who looked at my like application, or like what would have been my application, like my grades and where I was in the process. And he was like, Muhammad, I know you want to apply this year, but you are not ready. You have to wait at least one more year so that you can get all these things sorted out. All these things, your letters of recommendation aren't ready. Your personal statement isn't ready. You're still taking classes. You still need to retake classes. Um, you haven't taken the MCAT. You're studying, but it isn't going well because you're trying to juggle with all these other things. So you need to wait a year. And I didn't want to hear it, but it was the best advice he gave me, and I'm so glad that I listened to it. So I get it. You're young. You're finishing college, and you're like, oh my God, I'm already 20. I'm already 21. I don't want to take a gap year. That means I'm going to be a doctor when I'm like 29. I'm going to be old. Listen, it doesn't matter. That friend that advised me, he was a first year medical student at 27 or 28. So, and I'm 20. I'm finishing my first year, and I'm 26. Okay, I would have been finishing at 25. It's a 1 year difference, and I probably 99.9, no, 100% would not have gotten accepted to medical school if I had applied that summer. So that would have been an extra like 2 years I would have had to wait to get into med school. So you applying too early actually negatively affects your chances, where you might actually add more years on top of if you would have just waited 1 year. You follow what I'm saying? Once again, when we apply to med school, we want to be the best version of ourselves. We want to present the best possible application we can possibly present to the medical school. So you have to wait until you have the best application possible before you apply to med school. All right. And all that stuff about, oh, I'm going to be old. Once again, it's a 1 year difference. Do it. Listen, the average age in my class, there are 60 of us in my school. The average age is probably 26, 27, 26 years old, 27 years old. We have some people who are like 35. We have like three people who are like 20, who started out at like 22, 23. Like, they're the anomalies, and they're like, oh, it's so cool, they're so young, but no one really cares. Like, it's okay. Everyone else started at like 25, basically. We were all like 25, 26 when we started first year. So everyone takes gap years. So many of you, my classmates, and also med school is competitive. So you want to apply at 22 and your GPA is okay, your MCAT's okay. You're applying against people who are 26 that have 4 extra years of life experience. They were doing other things in life, clinical research. Maybe they're doing something outside of medicine that made them really cool and interesting. And med schools prefer that person most times because they have more to bring. They have more life experiences, and they're easier to, it's like when you become an adult, like a grown adult, it's easier to talk to other adults who have life experience. I don't know. It's just something about, it's just easier. So as a doctor, it's all about communication. And then your coworkers, you want coworkers who are grown, like who had experiences in life, you know what I mean? And they rather accept people like that than like the 22-year-old who's like, oh, hi, I just graduated 2 months ago. I'm here. Like, that's cool too. And those kids are amazing and they deserve spots too. Like, but I'm just saying the average age in general for med school first years, if you Google it, I think it's like 25 now. You know, back in the day when it was less competitive, like in the 90s, it was probably like 21, 22, but now it's 25. It's more competitive. People will have to take longer to be competitive. Med schools probably prefer older applicants because they're just like, there's more to talk about, more experiences, and also that they know they're locked in on medicine because they could have left it and did something else. Whereas when you're super young, you might not have been battle tested in that way yet. So you might not even know what you like because you haven't experienced much yet. So don't be afraid of it. Like I said, so many of my classmates took a year to get their master's to improve their GPA. Some of them did like special master's programs for their GPA. Some of them got MPHs. Some of them, like myself, I did like an extra year of academic work, and then I did 1 year of clinical research in urology, which was amazing. And that boosted up my application. So yeah, don't be afraid of 1 or 2 gap years, or even 3 gap years. You'll be fine. If anything, it'll just help you out more. So that was a quick video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was beneficial. Share it, save it. Hope you guys are liking these videos. Med school has been going very well. Nearly done with my first year. Have like a few more weeks and I'll be done with my first year. What else? So many more ideas, so many things I want to share, but I'll just share it as time goes on. So I appreciate you all for tuning in and have a blessed rest of your day. Peace.